Good afternoon. My name is Kate Pierce, reporting from ICTV. Today we have Dr. Jack Breslin, who's here to tell us about his most recent mission trip to Africa. Dr. Breslin, you want to tell us a little bit about the purpose of the trip, what kind of service you did?
Okay, thanks for having me. I really
Sure.
appreciate the opportunity to talk about our mission trips here, particularly what we're doing with alumni. You know, one of the blessings I've had here at Iona is to go on mission trips. This is my 6th one, and particularly to Africa. Because a long time ago, my sister, who is a Dr. Nun missionary, was in Nigeria for years and also Ethiopia. So I wanted a chance to share that with the Iona community, with students. And so after a couple of Iona trips to Kenya and Tanzania and Ghana, the students who had graduated were screaming, "Hey, what about us? You know, we want to still be part of the Iona mission." So it took a little work to get things going, but Steve Hill over at Iona Mission and Integration over there really did a fabulous job of saying that this is something we really want to do. And fortunately, he knew a lady over in Cape Town, South Africa, named Jess Dewhurst, who runs the Edmund Rice Justice Desk, a really dynamic young woman who's going to be coming here to Iona in the fall to do the Cornerstone Cornelia Lecture. And we came up with this idea of an immersion experience for alumni. Now, the people who go, they do not have to have been previously on an Iona mission trip, but most of them have. In fact, a lot of them have been leaders of the trips. So I compare it to an all-star team, that you have people who are really going, who really appreciate the diversity of the culture, really appreciate the opportunity to make a difference by immersing themselves into a culture and sharing with people. So with this particular group, it was focusing on the work of the Edmund Rice Justice Desk with Jess, Kayla, and the other folks who work with them, going and visiting with several non-government organizations who were working in education, in advocacy work, human rights work, and also in educational projects as well.
Wow, that's really, really incredible. But did you have any favorite memories of the trip? Like, what was the best part, or the most life-changing almost?
I think the focus of the Justice Desk on the idea of renewal and being aware of human rights and the idea of what's next, that this just isn't a chance to stamp your passport and bring back some nice arts and crafts for your friends, like, hey, I went to South Africa, here's a nice little present. It changes one's perspective on human rights and on justice and advocacy work, and even spreading that to your own personal life and your professional life, and the opportunity to try to make a difference based on the experience you had.
Right.
And a lot of people are doing that. In fact, Roger Rojas, who went on the mission trip last year, he is an ambassador for the Justice Desk and is doing fundraising projects, and is even going to go over there for a few weeks to work with them. And then Monica Jesby, who is the leader of this week's this trip, she has already signed up to be an ambassador as well.
Wow.
So it shows that the flame is still alive, and we're hoping that we can make this an annual experience for alums.
Are there any obstacles you faced on the trip? Were there any culture shock or anything that anyone faced?
Well, once you get over jet lag,
That too.
we do have a direct flight to Johannesburg that takes 14 hours,
Wow.
and then a brief layover, and then we have a 2-hour trip to Cape Town. But the Jess and the ladies get us right into the spirit of the trip. There's no napping.
Right.
Of course, the first night we'll let you have a few hours extra sleep, but getting right into the mission and into the schedule, into a little orientation, and some experiences that are not too physically taxing the first couple of days to get you right into the spirit of the immersion. And so I think that might be the first challenge for folks, is the physical, of the flight over and the flight back. Although somehow I think this trip we all picked up a little cough that seems to be even with us 2 months later. The flight back sounded like a hospital ship with its cough all over the place. But really, the way that the Justice Desk gets us excited about the work that they're doing and pulls us right in, there's not that culture shock that you usually have on other trips, because a lot of the participants have been in other cultures and have experienced that. And it's not a physically taxing trip It's also has that blend of, okay, we have a little fun, we're going to go see the Cape of Good Hope, we're going to go down to an area where there's little penguins.
I saw your photos. The penguins really were the thing that was like, oh my gosh, I want to ask about this trip.
But don't try to pet them because they're not nice penguins.
Yeah, they look cute, but.
But even with that day, it's not like, okay, let's go to the tip of Africa. It's a little bit about geology, a little bit about ecology. Each day has a theme to it that we're working with. And then the service work that goes along that day ties into the theme. And then there's a chance to talk and share and go, for example, to Robben Island, where Nelson Mandela and other political prisoners were held. And to see that prison, that the actual tour of the prison is given by an inmate. So the man is telling you that's where I was. That's where we eat. That's where Mr. Mandela played tennis. And a lot of little anecdotes that really show how brave these men were in the struggle against apartheid and what a tribute it is to keep that place open for the world to see.
Yeah, that's incredible. With this whole alumni program, do you think you have future plans to have another alumni trip? Or?
Oh, we would like several of them. Part of our mission is to work with the Christian Brothers around the world, and Carl and Steve over in Campus Ministries have built up amazing contacts with the Edmund Rice Network, and so we're hoping to expand this not only just going back to Cape Town, but also some other trips, because already we have a waiting list and we have alumni who are very interested in going.
Well, your trip sounded incredible. I'm so glad that you had that opportunity, and all those alumni had that opportunity as well. And thank you so much for joining us today. But that will be all. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Breslin, and stay tuned for more updates. This has been Kate Pierce with ICTV.